Have you ever received a short reply from someone you care about and felt your entire mood change? Maybe they usually write more, but this time they only said, "Okay." Maybe their voice sounded slightly colder than usual. Maybe they looked away while you were speaking, paused before answering, or seemed less excited to see you. The moment itself was tiny. Nothing clearly bad happened. But somehow, it did not feel small. Your mind began searching for an explanation. Did I say something wrong? Are they losing interest in me? Was I too much? Do they not enjoy being around me anymore? And eventually, the questions may become even more personal. Maybe I am simply not enough. Why can one small change in another person feel like proof that something is wrong with us? The answer is often not found in that moment alone. It is found in the fear that the moment touched. When we already carry self-doubt, ambiguous situations can feel especially threatening. A short reply is not only a short reply, it becomes a possible sign of rejection. A tired expression is not only tiredness, it becomes evidence that someone is disappointed in us. A few hours of silence are not simply an unanswered message. They become proof that we are no longer important. Psychologically, this happens because the mind does not interpret every situation objectively. It interprets new experiences through existing beliefs. If someone has a strong underlying belief that they are lovable, worthy, and secure in their relationships, a small change may not feel very dangerous. They might think, they are probably busy. They seem tired today. I will ask them later if something is wrong. But if someone already carries a deeper belief such as, people eventually lose interest in me, or I have to be perfect to be loved, the same situation may feel completely different. Their mind is more likely to search for signs that confirm the fear they already have. This is sometimes called confirmation bias. We naturally pay more attention to information that supports our existing beliefs, while overlooking information that challenges them. For example, imagine that a friend has been kind and supportive to you for months. They have listened to you, invited you places, and regularly shown that they care. But one evening, they answer your message with only 2 words. If you already fear that you are a burden, those 2 words may suddenly feel more important than months of kindness. Your mind may ignore the larger history of the relationship and focus entirely on this one uncomfortable moment. Not because the moment truly proves anything, but because it fits an old fear. The mind says, "See, I knew I was too much." This is why these moments can feel so convincing. They do not create the fear from nothing. They seem to confirm something we have already been quietly afraid of. Relationship anxiety can make this pattern even stronger. When we feel insecure about whether someone will stay, we become highly alert to changes in their behavior. We notice small differences in tone, response time, facial expressions, and affection. This alertness is the mind's attempt to protect us. It believes that if we detect rejection early enough, we can prepare for it. But constantly looking for signs of rejection often creates more pain than protection. The more closely we examine every small moment, the more threatening details we find. And because many human interactions are naturally ambiguous, there is always something that can be misunderstood. People get distracted. They become tired. They have difficult days they do not talk about. They sometimes respond without thinking carefully about their tone. They may become quiet because of work, family stress, physical exhaustion, or something completely unrelated to us. But an anxious mind does not like uncertainty. It often prefers a painful explanation to no explanation at all. So instead of saying, "I do not know why they seem different," it says, "They seem different because of me." Self-blame creates the illusion of certainty. It gives us an answer, even when the answer is unfair. There is another reason we may interpret small moments personally. Some people learned early in life that love or approval could change without warning. Perhaps affection depended on good behavior, achievement, or keeping other people happy. Perhaps a parent became distant when upset but did not explain why. Perhaps criticism was frequent, while reassurance was rare. In those environments, paying close attention to tone and mood can become a survival strategy. A child may learn to notice every sigh, silence, and facial expression in order to predict what will happen next. Later in adulthood, that sensitivity may remain. The situation has changed, but the nervous system still treats small emotional shifts as warnings. This does not mean that every concern is imaginary. Sometimes another person really is upset. Sometimes a relationship is changing. Sometimes a short answer does reflect irritation or distance. The goal is not to ignore every uncomfortable signal or convince ourselves that nothing is ever wrong. The goal is to separate observation from interpretation. An observation might be, they replied more briefly than usual. An interpretation might be, they are tired of me. An observation might be, they seemed quiet during dinner. An interpretation might be, I disappointed them. The observation may be accurate. The interpretation is still only one possible explanation. Learning to recognize that difference can create emotional space. When a small moment triggers self-doubt, it may help to pause and ask, what do I actually know? What am I assuming? Are there other explanations? Am I reacting only to this moment or to an older fear? You can also look at patterns rather than isolated events. One short message usually tells you very little. A repeated pattern of disrespect, avoidance, or emotional withdrawal deserves attention. But one tired expression or delayed response should not automatically outweigh everything else you know about the relationship. Most importantly, try to notice when your mind turns another person's behavior into a judgment about your value. Even when someone is genuinely distant, disappointed, or unable to give you what you need, that does not automatically prove that you are unworthy. Another person's mood is not a measurement of your value. Their response time is not a score. Their facial expression is not a final verdict on who you are. Sometimes a tiny moment hurts so much because it feels like evidence for a fear we already had, that maybe we are not enough. But a fear can feel familiar without being true. A short reply is still only a short reply until more is known. A quiet moment is not always rejection. And uncertainty does not have to be filled with self-blame. You do not need to become perfect in order to feel secure. You need to stop asking every passing moment to decide your worth. Because your value was never meant to rise and fall with someone else's tone, silence, or expression. And perhaps healing begins when a small moment can remain small, without becoming proof that there is something wrong with you.